everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show, powered by Law Dog Sports. I am Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog, here with you for the next hour or so to talk sports, recap the week, preview the big game, whatever it might be. We're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. Yeah, that's our primary one there. Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airwaves, joining me today as he always does. Jeremy, how are you doing, bud? Oh, let me get you. Sorry about that.
You have me muted.
Yeah, and that intro music, and we might just start skipping the whole intro music and just jump right into it. We're not on the radio anymore. Do most podcasts even do intro music anymore?
I don't know. I don't either. Have the opportunity to watch a lot of podcasts.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, let's see. What did I watch the other day? Well, I've been sitting and been catching the Dan Patrick show this week. They've been out there at the at San Francisco or Santa Clara, whatever.
No, all the media is in San Francisco.
Okay.
If you haven't heard all the uproar about the condition of the city.
Ice, baby.
No, the unhoused denizens of the city and the conditions.
Yeah, sure. I get that totally. Yeah, that's so where is the problem? Is it in San Fran or is it in Santa Clara?
San Francisco.
Okay, but that's where the media.
I don't know why they just don't do the media at the stadium.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, they cleaned it up for when the Chinese government delegation came over. Why couldn't they do it for the week of the Super Bowl?
You would think so. Yeah, I don't get that. So, Dan Narva checking in already on the comments, and happy Friday. And then he calls me out that I have a Starbucks cup. Yes, I do. We do purchase some of the Starbucks cups. That would be my Oklahoma Sooners cup. I've also got the only ones we purchase there, unless Gina finds one that she really likes, is the state, something with the state involved.
Dan, at least he's not sitting there with the Stanley Cup.
Yeah,
trying to hit that straw.
Did you ever see the sketch on Saturday Night Live? They did two, Big
Carvey.
Dumb Hat and then Big Dumb Cup.
No.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're classics. The first one was the Big Dumb Hat, and I think Amy Schumer was on there. And I know everybody hates Amy Schumer for her politics or whatever, but whatever. But they're all standing there. They're all these typical 30-something moms. And they're wearing these big dumb hats, and they just keep on talking all this stuff about their hat, and it's really funny. Well, then they followed it up with the Stanley Cups. They called it Big Dumb Cup. Anyway, so. So Super Bowl weekend, college basketball. I don't know. One team in the state had a great victory this week. The other one continued a bad streak. So,
one hasn't had a victory in a while.
Yeah, since Ole Miss at the beginning of January.
9 straight.
Yeah, and then Tulsa might be the best basketball team in the state. I'm probably pick them against OSU right now, but. Just always something going on. Like I said, I'd been watching the Dan Patrick show. I saw it yesterday. I really watched highlights. I caught the end of it, and then I watched highlights of it on YouTube. Kirk Herbstreit was on there. Gerald McCoy, former OU Sooner defensive lineman, did a great job. He was amazing on there. Just so much personality out of that guy. Interesting fact, used to live 2 doors down from my in-laws in South Oklahoma City. Yeah.
Man.
And right behind Sherry's Diner there on 59th Street. So but great guy doing, it was fun.
Wait, what did you say? Are they a sponsor?
Sherry's Diner?
Yeah.
No.
Then I don't care.
Okay. It was more of a geographical pinpoint there. The
only diner I know in South OKC is Perry's Diner.
Yeah, Perry's. We used to hit Roundup a lot when I was a cop, and after we quit going there as much after they executed a cook there, so we didn't there anymore.
They couldn't just fire him; they had to execute him. What did he do?
No, it was some other bad deal that they drug. Somebody took him outside and put an end to that poor man.
Well, you should have been there more then.
He
maybe if you'd have been there, the guy'd be alive.
Something.
You've
I
been there all the
don't know.
time.
You mess up that chicken fried chicken, you could
Hey,
face the
man,
wrath of
you're on the south side. Your odds of getting shot
Southsiders.
are pretty high.
Outsiders are loyal. So, anyways, but no, Gerald McCoy was on there. He did outstanding. And then also I watched Lewis Riddick on there. Bo Jackson was on there yesterday.
Oh,
He's had a cavalcade of great guests this week, but Lewis Riddick, I put it on Twitter yesterday, shouted out Scott Case when he was in the league at Atlanta, said, and just referred to him as an assassin. It's like, yeah, we know that.
yeah, we knew that guy enjoyed contact.
I'll just say this: I had forgotten about his, I'd forgotten about a lot of his pro career. I mean, I knew
Played
about
for the
Super
Falcons and
played for the Falcons, and if you
played for
think about
Barry in Dallas.
he did, didn't he? Yeah.
Him and
So
Tony Casillas.
he's just one of those guys, and honestly, I don't. A lot of those former Sooners, man, that when they got in the pros in the 80s and 90s, if they were, I mean, think about it, if they were on a team that wasn't, wasn't
Regional.
in the NFC East, you didn't see him a bunch in the Oklahoma City market.
That's they weren't on the Cowboys or playing the Cowboys.
No,
not gonna see him.
No. Dan Narva says much coveted been there series, that Starbucks one. I have one sent by my coworkers from the Philippines, even though I haven't been there. Okay. Yeah, I spot what's on the shelf if we go in there. And I've got a dilemma coming up in the city of Weatherford. They've got now a 7 brew, which kind of is doing the whole Chick-fil-A style drive-through format where there's people out there. So we haven't tried it yet. And I had not tried it in the city either, but there's one in Weatherford now. So the line's long at Starbucks. We'll maybe mosey over and check out a different one. And
coffee's probably actually good there. Morning, Boos.
Michael Busso, thank you for checking in, buddy. Good to hear from you. And the little sunshine emoji, that kind of cheers me up right there. So.
Does it?
All right. Hey, you would not believe this. I've got a gnome calendar hanging up in the studio.
You're getting that age.
I'm at that age, but I get a kick out of gnomes.
Quick, what's on your feet? Hey Dudes or New Balance? Crocs?
Croc slides.
I knew it.
Now we don't wear shoes in the house.
No.
But I do have a designated pair of slides that I wear around the house because I kind of need the arch support. And there's the Crocs.
Same.
Slides.
UFOs.
Yeah, go.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So
recovery shoes.
Yeah, but I'm pretty loyal. I've got an Under Armour hat on. I'm pretty loyal to either Under Armour or Adidas. And if and as I say that and you laugh, I remember. Going back to another SNL sketch when they did the middle-aged mutant ninja turtles, the line there about they all wear Under Armour. So, but so, anyways, hey, I own it. So, now see, if I had your hair, I would probably be in a lot more denial. I would probably sashay around like I thought I was still 30.
Well.
I've been dealt a lot of realism in my life.
I know, it's great having a beard, but it's gonna be white before I know it.
I shaved mine; it looked like snowflakes. I mean, it was just
here. Look at this. That. It's all coming together.
Now, do you trim your own, or do you go somewhere and get it done?
Well, I usually get it done when I get a haircut, but they don't do a great job. So I've been experimenting on my own. Getting better at it. So
I used to do my own goatees.
Yeah.
And then I read somewhere, maybe it was Maxim or something, Men's Health, something that goatees.
I read Maxim magazine.
That goatees were really more Bubba than I kind of wanted to be.
Well, you live in Thomas, Oklahoma.
Yeah, and
you got to blend.
I do.
Goatee, you need to get you a nice plaid flannel and some Ariat boots.
Wow,
We'll
you're
fit
really
in
throwing
right
out
in over there.
the typecast. For
Yep.
anybody in West Oklahoma listening, the opinions of Jeremy Schroeder do not reflect those of Ramsey Broadcasting
Hey,
LLC.
I have a pair of Ariat boots. I'm looking at them right now.
Oh yeah, and I even broke down back in the 2000. Well, you remember my Texas Dance Hall radio day.
Mhm.
When we used to go to Texas for those festivals, I even broke down and bought a pair of the square-toed ones, and I had sworn up and down for years I would
I
never
know.
buy those, and then I thought,
I've got the square
pretty good.
toes, and I mean, they're fine.
Well,
I
here's the
I
question: every Oklahoma male may not have ever ridden a horse or been on a ranch, but they're generally going to have a pair of boots. I
Sure.
bet a high population of this state is nowhere near living a cowboy life, but will have a pair of cowboy boots.
Well, yeah, it's the region. It's kinda feel like you should be issued a pair at birth.
Well, I was.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, so just how's your week been? Has it been crazy catching up from? I guess the East Coast has been a little disabled, but I don't
This
know how
entire
that.
week's been a fiasco of
Yeah.
confusion and just nonsense.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
it I'm glad it's over. I'm glad I'm off for 3 days,
yeah.
enjoy the Super Bowl and,
Well, that's good.
because 'cause we're here to talk about sports, so
We
we
are.
probably need to
Right
segue
there,
into
get into
that.
that. Before we get into previewing the big game, I want to just ask you: did you get out and vote, or was it a city council thing? What was
It
the?
was a Supreme Court vote, state Supreme Court,
You're talking about the Norman
the
Entertainment
arena.
District.
Yeah, the Rock
Yeah.
Creek Entertainment District.
All right. So for those of you not aware, there has been a lot of would you say bantering or there's been a lot of discussion and talk about the progress of the area just off I-35, and which will, because it is a sports show, this will include a potential. I mean, the plan is to put a new basketball arena out there, right?
Yes.
Okay. So it passed or it got through, however, whatever means necessary, I guess.
The nuts and bolts of that is the city council in Norman at the time, is 2, 3 years ago. Um, they voted it down. They voted for it, and then the oncoming council created a petition to nullify that vote.
Yeah.
It made it all the way to the state Supreme Court. They found the petition did not meet didn't have any legal merit. So they threw out the petition. Original city council vote is valid. So I'm sure there'll be appeals. It's crazy is the how do I say this without offending somebody? The people on a certain side of the political spectrum
The
do
Portlandia folks.
do not want this arena.
Yeah. But
The-
they probably want to put a big homeless complex out there.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or build another multi-million-dollar library that stands empty because it was condemned shortly after opening.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I was having a conversation with my mother, and she's like, "We don't need that arena." I was like, "Well, did you vote against it? Because if you did, you voted with the commies."
You just escorted Bernie Sanders right here into our
Bernie
into our
Sanders
home.
is now in Norman.
Oh gosh, him and AOC gonna camp out there on Lindsay. Yeah. Well, the renderings look all real nice. I know that there's a
Listen,
ton of real estate up that way.
yeah, there's plenty of space for it. They are going to have to create some more exits off of I-35, especially in that Rock Creek area.
Yeah.
There's not a direct exit on
No,
I-35 of
and Tecumseh's
onto
already bad
Rock
enough.
Creek. Yeah. But if you've ever been in the Lloyd Noble Center, which I have many, many times,
Yeah.
and Connor can attest to this if he's listening, that place is a dungeon. When it's full, it doesn't feel full. Everything's way back away from the floor.
Yeah.
It's not a it is
Why
it's
didn't it
always
feel
been
like
a bad arena.
why didn't it feel like that in the 80s though? No,
Because
and
Billy Ball was friggin' fun, man. It didn't matter. People were going nuts watching them run up down the court. the whole thing, Billy was fun. The team was fun. It I think it was in spite of the arena. But
But
again, when Billy got here, people weren't going to games.
I'll say this though. I mean, even in the 90s with Kelvin, I think I went and watched and free admission. I did not attend just an exorbitant amount of
I went and
basketball
watched a
games.
lot of Heart Hustle Hardwood back there when Calvin Samsung was the head coach.
Well, I'll
And
just say this: the ones that I went to, especially like I think when Tech might have been Trey Young's dad's team. I can't remember, but when even during the Kelvin years, and maybe it was just kind of leftover from Billy Ball, and there was still a lot of motivation, spirit behind the team. It didn't seem like a bad environment to me. Maybe we just didn't know back then. I don't know.
it wasn't a bad environment, but also you're going from one great product to a very good product in Kelvin's early days.
Mhm.
You had a lot of local flavor on that team with Ryan Miner was on that first couple of years with Kelvin.
Well,
It
the
was
Hollis Price years
the
in
Hollis Price
2000
years,
and all the way up
Hollis and
to '03.
Quanis,
Yeah, and
Eduardo Nahara,
not her that was one of the yeah. He
the
was late
immortal
90s,
Victor
but
Avila.
2
My
tallest Mexicans ever in history.
my personal favorite, Darian Selvey.
Yeah, I remember
He
him.
was like 6'3", but his wingspan was like
He
9.
he was.
He was a very strangely built individual, but man, he was a great defender and fun to watch.
Yes, he was.
But yeah, right now, when when the team is good or having success, it's not completely empty.
Mm-mm.
And there's a lot of frustration with Oklahoma fans because we've kind of been through it basketball wise. Lon Kruger, he had it going. People were showing up. They went 33 and 52 in his last 83 conference games. And Porter Moser is 27 and 52 in about the same amount of games. It's a bad product. The money's not there. They're what, next to last in the league
Oh, I think
in
they're yeah,
NIL.
yeah.
I can't think of who's lower, but it's probably Vanderbilt, and they got a bunch of smart kids that can probably shoot threes.
Oh,
So
yeah. Yeah, they run a system.
they
Uh,
run a system, back cuts and wide open threes.
yeah,
Yep.
Princeton,
Princeton.
the Princeton
Princeton.
model. Dan Narva says, could they raise the LNC, play elsewhere for a season, and rebuild on that spot? Obviously not familiar with the site. I think
No.
the sentiment is to get away from that part of campus.
Yeah, it's the access to it is a problem. You've been on Highway 9. It's a
It's a nightmare.
pain in the rear end getting down
Mhm.
Highway 9. It's like the only highway in the entire state, probably in the nation, that's got a traffic light every
It's
100 yards.
different. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. And you need those traffic lights to get into obscure neighborhoods.
Sure,
I mean, they
sure. But
deserve.
where it would be is it's super easy, like interstate access, right off the main interstate cutting through the state.
Yeah.
It's still in Norman. It's off campus, but you can see the football stadium from there.
Well, and you would be, I mean, I guess the layout would be you could be walking distance to some restaurant. Well, I mean, that's pretty
Restaurants, hotels,
yeah, you definitely be walking
shopping.
distance to
It's
hotels.
they're putting a Chick-fil-A right there on that corner too. So
Ooh. Now they
the
would
word
have to
chicken is
get
moving in.
they would need to put the arena right there off of Rock Creek. Because if
Yeah,
it's any
there's a
further north, you're gonna be away. You're gonna be pretty far away from most I mean,
right. There's a massive plot of land just north of Rock Creek.
yeah, yeah,
It'd
that's
be
the one I
right
was thinking.
across, and it's probably perfect.
Yeah.
And at this point, it doesn't matter. I am of the belief that, yeah, you know what? Right now, let's go in tomorrow and just
Bulldoze.
bulldoze the LNC,
Send them
have
to
them play in
McCaslin for the
McCaslin
rest
until
of
the
the season. Yeah.
until the new field house is ready.
Yeah.
But we're delayed 3 years on this because of this petition,
The
and
Garth and Cat.
So you're looking at like 28, 29 season,
Yeah,
possibly
yeah,
having the arena ready to go.
they'll be D2 by then. Uh, no, I mean, and we talked about what's his name, Jim Denny,
Um,
the new AD.
it's Denny.
Yeah,
I don't think it's Jim. You would have to do this.
Dennis Denny,
Dennis Denny. Perfect.
his brother, his brother Dennis. But no, I mean, he's got some.
Roger.
Roger
Roger Denny.
Roger. Okay.
I knew it started with an R, but I knew it wasn't Richard.
So Roger Denny, and who's Roger?
Rabbit?
No, what's the
Ebert?
NFL commissioner? Roger
Goodell?
Yeah. So Roger Denny, Roger Goodell. I don't know. Anyways, but so he's got some. I'm just,
Roger from American Dad.
That's right. Exactly. Is that the alien?
Yes, that's the alien.
The only time that show ever made me laugh was one time they did a collage of New Year's Eve photos, and every one of them Roger was passed out. But anyways, so since we're on the subject of basketball and the potential new arena, I mean, Porter Moser has got to be pretty close. I don't know if they would do it in season, but in this day and time and in recruiting and things like that, you better have a game plan ready to go, or you could fall even further next year.
I know it, and listen, having my ears open to it. The sentiment is there is a willingness from the university to find the funds and give Porter the chance to fix it. But here's the deal. Here's the black and white absolute truth of it. He's never even got close to a winning record in conference, no matter what conference it's in. He had a losing record at Loyola Chicago. He's made the tournament twice as a head coach. I was excited when he got here. This guy, young, energetic.
Like he's on a heater.
Young, energetic. He's got this thing rolling. Well, he had a team of guys that had been there 4 and 5 years. Heck, with the COVID year, they might have been there for the better part of a decade. So
was it 23 when he came in?
This is his 4th season.
Oh, so 21.
Yeah, it was post-COVID.
Yeah, 22 probably.
And it hasn't worked out. Once they always look like, hey, this team's ready to turn the corner. Conference starts fall off the face of the earth because they have no depth. They get nothing from their bench. You got starters playing 30, 35 minutes a night. These guys are gassed. They're good enough. They're just good enough to get their ass beat. They start off, the other night. It was a good game in the first half against Kentucky. They were playing pretty well.
Yeah.
Look at the final. They got beat by 14.
I think our friend Burley Boomer on Twitter said Ortega go away or something.
Ortega away. Yeah, and then you look at other players around the SEC. The kid that's at Houston that had played at OU under Porter, they're having success everywhere else. We can't keep them here because there's no money.
Yeah. Well, and like the Texas game, that was just textbook what this season has done. The problem
it's the same script every game.
Yeah. And Texas is no barn burner this year.
They are not.
Player, but that's about it. But looking at what you said about Porter.
Hang on. This is not my door. That gummit Amazon, I'm gonna have to go bang on the neighbor's door to get our package so they don't think I'm a porch pirate.
Okay. Well, if you need to go do that.
No, they can. I'll let the wife know. She can yell at me later.
You were a little quick on the trigger telling me the graphic was still up too. I was going to get to it.
I didn't. Did I tell you? No, that wasn't that. Look at what I sent you.
Well, I was in the middle of something. Oh, it said image, and I thought you were giving me grief. Yeah, I saw that last night. So we'll get into that in a minute from SEC numbers guy. So, looking, and Dan said he got that map looking at the airstrip nearby. Airstrip is about the
Oh, it's an airport, sir.
Well, okay.
It's an airport.
I just missed the diner they used to have in there.
Oh, Aussie's?
Yeah, we went there a handful of times when we lived in
Aussie's was just garbage.
Really?
Yes. I didn't like it. Of course, I also like my eggs cooked when I get them.
You've got elevated taste.
Well, when I order scrambled eggs, they should be
Sometimes at a
solid.
diner, I've known a guy that used to tell him scrambled hard, and that made that
I thought it was implied just by saying scrambled eggs. I don't want
not necessarily. I guess I don't know, but I don't know. I'm in
to.
Western Oklahoma where they do breakfast right, and we got a Boomerang Diner in Weatherford now.
How about that?
Yeah, we
I'm
went.
I'm a fan of Jimmy's Egg.
Man, I miss Jimmy's Egg Toast.
Black Bear.
Yeah,
Black Bear's good.
Yeah, I haven't been to Black Bear in forever. But, so yeah, Dan Narva, thanks for the comment. He said,
Chuck, they make their pancakes with sweet cream.
At Jimmy's Egg?
No, at Black Bear.
Oh, okay.
And they are amazing.
I tell you what, Cracker Barrel pancakes remind me of the pancakes I used to try to make as a kid.
Yeah, and you eat one of them and you feel like you've ingested a cinder block. Last time I went to Cracker Barrel, I got a pancake, and I'm like, "Why is it so heavy? Why do I need a knife to cut this?"
My metabolic rate kind of makes it conducive. But you're the one
after Cracker Barrel, recliner, and
you're the one that gets bogged down, not me. I'm just in
severe case of lard ass.
I'm just. All right, so but what you were saying about with Porter Moser and the sentiment might be find the money, give him one more shot. The thing about it is, Jeremy, is you won't know until you're already in, until you're into conference play that nothing will have changed.
I know last year they were in the top 10 and then conference started and they just fell apart. And that's enough for me to say pull the plug. But
and I'll say this too, and this kind of works against Porter Moser. They had a lottery pick on the squad last year too.
Yeah, they took a chance on Jeremiah Fears, who not a lot of people wanted to bring in to run their team.
Yeah,
Porter said, "Hey, you come here, you run the show." They had a lot of success. Now he had his bumps in the road because he's a smaller guard. They got in conference. He was getting bullied a little bit, but he's into the season strong, and it was a great gamble. I mean, what do you have to lose? You're going to get fired if it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Well, if you don't get him, you're going to get fired anyways.
Yeah.
It was calculated. And no, I get it. I mean, he was a lottery pick, but how many guys have had more success once they've left the program than like in football? You see guys leave the program all the time, end up at other schools. How much success are they having?
Tawby Walker.
That's completely.
No, you're right. I mean, the whole LSU transfer thing with Bauer Sharp and Nick Anderson did not work out for them.
Oh, the scouts at the Senior Bowl were all over Bauer Sharp. Like, have you guys watched him play?
they're judging solely on that weekend, maybe. So that's why Jay Knott will go in the third round. Anyways, but no, I just with basketball, Jeremy, and just take a look at Iowa. I was in the Big Ten, and Drake was really turned around. Drake took a chance on a D2 coach who brought Ben McCollum, is who we're talking about. The reason I know about Ben McCollum, and I'm free willingly admit, is because one of my kids that I called games for got recruited by him and went there. That's how I got up to speed on Drake and Ben McCollum. Then Iowa says, "Hey, look what this guy did. He got to the tournament at Drake. I think won a game last year, maybe. But so, Iowa is competitive, in the Big Ten. They just won 2 on their West Coast road swing. They play a system. He had a gamer, a kid that one of those kids that nobody really took on, but was, Bennett Sturts, I think is his name. He's just, he's just a baller. And that's where I don't get what these coaches find. I mean, basketball is a pretty simple game. You can shoot the ball and dribble the ball. And then if you're big and athletic on top of that, then great. That's just that much more. But my gosh, if you don't recruit shooters, I just don't understand. I just don't get it.
Well, yeah. And if you don't recruit any kind of size.
Well, yeah. And if you know you're in a league where you better have guys that can bang around and be physical if they're going to be oversized. I mean, and that's basketball at every level. But I said this last week. Porter probably better be glad that they made the move to the SEC, because these late game drops, where they go on spells and lose by 5 or so. In the Big 12, those would be some major blowouts. I'm telling you. You look
play,
at the top 10 of the Big 12, and you got Kansas that went down to Lubbock last week and snuck one out against Tech off of what's his name, Darren Peterson.
Peterson.
I guess it was Big Monday. Just the Big 12 to me is just looks like a murderer's row at the top end, and then you got OSU with a defeat of an upset of BYU. So,
and they have that poor little athletic department down there in Houston that they don't have any money. They can't pay kids, but they're somehow winning a lot of games, making it to the NCAA championship.
Is that kind of him self-aggrandizing and claiming
that it's a lot of him probably trying to leave?
Would he want to hand it over to Kellen, or would and
I don't know. Hey, hand it over to Kellen. Come on home for a year.
Where I was going.
Fix this thing, please.
You were a staple on the sidelines at Norman.
But and we're talking about this, and Joe C's a great athletics director, but man, he's had some misses. He has had some misses.
Basketball has been his bane.
Hits,
probably baseball too.
Hits. He hired Bob Stoops. He hired Gasso, right?
Yes.
Baranchek, Skip Johnson,
Sonny Galloway.
Sonny Galloway was they went to the College World Series when he's the coach here.
You're right.
Now, Sonny was one of my coaches at Norman High School when I was there.
Was Joe C the AD when Larry Koshel lost his mind? I think that was in the 2000s.
He may have been. But that situation was handled swiftly. Other hits he's had: Lon Kruger, Jeff Capel was a calculated risk. He was a calculated risk. He came from a great coaching tree. He had success at Virginia Commonwealth. Yeah, he had tons of guys, but apparently he just didn't surround himself with the right assistants and ended up getting himself in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
But followed that up with Lon Kruger, who had the team in a Final Four. Mrs. Porter. Oh, another hit. Sherry Cole, Jenny Baranchek.
Yeah.
Sherry resurrected that basketball program from the absolute depths, and Jenny Baranchek's been really good.
Do we know that Joe C hired Sherry Cole?
What year did she come in?
He came in 98, right?
He came in. He was brought in to get rid of John Blake.
So that would have been the 98 season, I believe.
Yeah. Let me effort the Sherry Cole thing.
I thought Sherry might have been. Now who was the age? Was it?
Nope. He did not hire. I believe that was Steve Owens.
That's what I was, because I knew Donnie Duncan left after 95.
Yeah, 96 to 21.
Okay.
But, he replaced her with Jenny Baranchek. They're having success. She's done a great job.
Came on in 96?
No, I'm talking about Sherry Cole.
Oh, okay. Yeah. And she was a local commodity, wasn't she?
Yeah, she coached at Norman High.
Yeah. So Steve
ninth grade English.
Uh-huh.
Let's see. Oklahoma's this is not the right Joe Castiglione.
The thing with Joe C, and I'll say this, is that he was very astute and did a great job. And no leader is only as good as his staff. And obviously he had a great staff, great people around him. It's a new ball game. So, with Roger Denny, they'll surely be, really up to speed with everything that you have to do in this day and time
Did you know?
Go ahead.
Joe Castiglione played safety for the University of Maryland in 1977 and 1978.
I did not.
I didn't either. Well, I'm on his page here, and it says playing career.
Okay.
Interesting.
Well, he's
Director of fundraising in 1980 at Georgetown.
I guess back in the Terrapin days of the 70s, you just had to be out there and be willing to lay the smack.
Hey, it's pretty cool. He played Division I football. I didn't know that. It's very
I did not
strange.
either.
I
All
did
right,
not know
so
that.
anyways, but OU has some progress upcoming, has some decisions to make, and then also, did you see Texas is going to go ahead and have their spring game?
Oh, good for them.
Yeah, I
Well, there's
saw.
no spring portal anymore, so they're not worried
Yeah,
about OU is going to have some semblance of a spring game, and so is Oklahoma State.
yeah.
And good on him up there. He needs to showcase that program.
Eric Morris.
Eric Morris needs to showcase that program. Show him, get the media out there. Show him what's going on. It's yeah. Joe C was playing your first year, 1978. Dadgum.
Don't lie to us, Dan. You're in college in the 60s. You're aging. You're Benjamin Button. We've said that before. No, it's what were you saying? I'm sorry. The spring game.
Yes.
And, Eric Morris, he put out there this week that he's basically got a mattress and a TV. I thought, well, man, why don't you just do the Dana Holgerson and stay at the Quality Inn there?
There you go.
Get your sheets changed every day.
Subsist on Red Bulls and whatever's in the vending machine.
I got ice. Oh gosh. All right. So OU, OSU, like I said, TU having a really nice season on the hoops this year. So as I mentioned, I've been taking in some of the Dan Patrick show this week because in my day, or in my typical day, the 10 o'clock hour is just really devoid of much quality. I can't do the Get Up or I can't do the Get Up rerun or the First Take. I couldn't fall into Barstool Wake Up or whatever it is either. And sadly, it's a codependent relationship, Jeremy. I end up watching the first 15 minutes of the Pencil Neck just to see what he throws out there.
Of course you do.
But Dan Patrick show, like I said, has been. I normally haven't listened that much. I get a little tired of some of their. I think and think about this. If we had two more guys to add to this show on a regular basis, I don't know. I mean, it might be fun, but I don't know. I just think it's one of those things. Too many cooks, And
too many bad opinions. Too many bad takes.
And then you talk over each other. You know what, things like that. And I do that bad enough with you. But I heard it commented one time about the OU football broadcast was that, you add Eichert and Plank there on the sidelines and two in the booth. You just got too many voices. I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say, but that is kind of the thing with Dan Patrick. By the time they get back to their regular studio and stuff, and then if he starts rolling in the movie celebrities, I kind of check out. So, but talk, sports talk is a whole lot different now. It's just
what time does Eisen come on? Because he's got a good show.
Well, that's the thing. Is he just strictly on a streaming platform, or some days I see him in place of McAfee, and that's another one's got too many dudes.
Well, that's kind of what it's become, isn't it?
It has. Yeah. I didn't realize, and I was watching, I was putting on Wake Up Barstool, and the doofus with the shades and the mullet.
Mm-hmm. Is that PFT?
PFT. I didn't realize that's who he was. I didn't. I didn't cast search there for a while.
Do you need some Brandon Walker in the morning?
Do what now?
You need some Brandon Walker in the morning.
At who that guy is, or who?
The guy that looks like a boar.
Yeah. And gives terrible takes on.
Yes. Big Mississippi State fan.
Yeah. And so that PFT guy, I look him up and I see him on there, and he's in a wheelchair.
Really?
A mechanized wheelchair. I'm like, oh gosh, I probably ought to hold off before I bash on this guy.
Yeah, that's pretty bad, Chuck.
Well, it
Says a
turns
lot
out
about you.
he strained his calf.
Oh my god.
Strained his calf doing something and then was rolling around in that mechanized wheelchair is just really a bad optics to me, but
Remember we just say rub some dirt on it and get back out there?
he had a big bandage on the front of his shin and something, and I was like, "Wow, you roll out of I don't know, it's just a little over the top for me."
Yeah.
But some might say that
Maybe
about
just
the
like a
air.
knee scooter or something, but the
Yeah,
wheelchair?
yeah, it was a full mechanized wheelchair.
Come on, man.
Um, so the big game is this weekend, Seattle versus New England, and so much scuttlebutt going on around Sam Darnold and his resurrected career. Lord knows anybody that gets out of the Jets organization has a chance at resurrection. Jets or Browns. I'll just say this, and we'll kind of get our talk about the Super Bowl coming up. West Coast team, West Coast location. I'm going to kind of default to that most of the time. I don't know that. I'd love to see Ramondre Stevenson run for about 180,
That'd be really cool.
or at
That
least
would be
100.
really cool. You know, it's kinda like when Damian Williams should have won the Super Bowl MVP in, was that 2019?
Yeah.
Um, it'd be cool to see that. I just have so much Patriots, PTSD that I just believe they're gonna win. I don't
You still revert back to visions of that faux
roughing the
handshake,
passer,
roughing
D
the
Ford
passer.
being offsides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't blame you. I would too. If I had a pro team, I would be there too. That was such bogus.
But,
Um,
I'm really pulling for Sam Darnold, but I just I my brain says New England's gonna win it.
well, I don't know. I mean, just looking at it on the outside, I would go oppo of that. But like you said, there's a lot of things at play with New England, and I think both defenses probably.
Dark magic. A lot of dark magic in New England.
Yeah, yeah.
Witch trials,
The Salem witch trials. I get it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they're
Now
eating babies up there too, aren't they?
maybe. That's totally possible.
Didn't Epstein have an island off of Martha's Vineyard?
Epstein. Oh, Jeff Epstein, the financier?
Yeah, that guy, Jeff. Yeah,
My name is Jeff.
Jeff.
Um,
Dan Narva mentions the lineup of Ramondre Stevenson versus Kenneth Walker III. That Kenneth Walker III is a stud.
yeah, he is.
And he's so good.
Man, but Seattle is it's just a good football team. They got a good O line. They've got a great running game. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba, and I said that right. No
Yeah.
Drewski, no Drewski on here. Um,
Drewski pointing out that people are saying that wrong.
No. He said it wrong.
Oh, did he say it as a racial slur?
He certainly did.
Now he's black, right?
He is he is black.
All right. Well, he's okay.
Well, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways,
Apparently don't be Polynesian and use the N word.
Sure. Just don't use it. How about that?
Yeah, how about nobody use it? I've always said that.
Anyways, so they got a great defense. And I look at the murderer's row of quarterbacks that New England defeated, and it's not a list that has you quaking in your boots, but
Well, I
it's
mean,
the friggin' Patriots, man. My brain just can't wrap around that.
didn't they beat CJ Stroud?
What did CJ Stroud do that day?
What,
Turn it
4
over
or
6
5
times?
interceptions? Something,
Yeah,
or
he threw 4 picks, fumbled
turnovers?
twice.
Yeah.
He's was really bad. He
But,
was so bad that great defense couldn't pull the game out for him.
But that's what I was going to say is that great defense of the Texans. They got after Drake May, but they found a way to win. So,
Yep.
and that's the thing about those kind of more battle tested teams. I mean, I don't know the way Seattle had to hold on. I don't know. I don't want to bash anybody really, but I mean
Seattle
I thought
held on against the MVP.
that's what I was going to say is
the most valuable player in the NFL. Seattle took
by
him
one
down.
vote.
Well, some jackass
voted.
We might not. Drake may not be the MVP because some jackass voted for Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
One guy.
I wonder who that was.
Oh.
I tell you, I think of a guy right now on the national
And the
stage.
LA Chamber of Commerce.
Yeah, that's a glazing love affair with Justin Herbert.
Good job, coward.
Yeah,
Jackwagon.
yeah. But you and I, we were doing this show back in the days when Darnold was getting his head kicked in out at USC and playing through. Because I remember they had a home and home with Texas. And
Yeah,
we were doing our show back then. He fought through a lot there at USC. I mean, kind of made them relevant.
sure.
And
He was a
then,
player on. I mean, Helton had about the same record that Lincoln Riley's got
yeah,
up there,
yeah. Of
but
course,
they
now
weren't
Lincoln's got
great by
got
any
the bank.
leaps and bounds.
Now Lincoln's got the Brinks truck checking in. So
Oh yeah, finally.
heard they're spending a ton. But no,
He's
to me,
leveraging the Epstein list.
yeah. To me, what'd you say?
He's leveraging the Epstein list.
Oh God. You're gonna want to give money here.
Yeah.
We have the technology. So, anyways, when Darnold was, kind of just really busting his tail to keep USC, competitive, I felt, he had some talent around him at times, but it was usually his show.
Wasn't
I
Drake
just
London on those teams?
Probably so. Yeah,
Yeah.
he was. But I remember going into the draft, and there was so much talk about, before or after the combine, really, about him being the better pick over Baker Mayfield, and then there was a lot of quarterbacks in that draft, if I remember right.
Lamar Jackson,
Lamar Jackson,
Josh Allen, Josh
but
Rosen.
yeah, was Rosen in that one?
Yeah, he was.
Oh, yeah, because they got rid of him after one season and went to Kyler, didn't they?
He was the 11th pick. There were 10 mistakes in front of him.
Oh, Phoenix.
Yep.
10 mistakes. Well, anyways, Baker ends up going number 1, and then Darnold goes to the Jets, and really they both just had terrible hands dealt to them in their initial stages of the career. Did Baker last longer did Baker
he lasted 4 years at Cleveland.
And Darnold
rookie season, playoff season, 7-9.
Yeah.
And then that last season where
I was just trying to think when Darnold left the Jets, and they both end up in Carolina.
About the same time. So I think it was about the same amount of time they spent.
Basically in the scrap heap at Carolina.
But just Baker was run through the coals by the Cleveland media. I still remember the monographic for Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets. Do you remember that?
The monographic?
They were playing on Monday Night Football, and he missed a game due to mononucleosis, and they ran some graphic about it on the game broadcast. But that's what bad organizations do. They draft guys, they don't know how to utilize them, and 99% of the time that is a wasted career.
Yeah.
Look at Chris Winkie going to Carolina at the time. And you could a list as long as your arm of guys that went to Cleveland. I mean, it's crazy. New York Jets, the two worst organizations in the NFL, Cleveland and New York Jets. Woody Johnson won't even let his head coach hire a defensive coordinator. That's how bad it is there. He's like, nope, you're going to call the defense.
Yeah.
But he's the head coach. It wasn't like he was trying to hire his brother.
Yeah.
He was trying to hire Wink Martindale, who's a fine defensive coordinator.
Yeah. Well, and the thing I was going to get to eventually was the fact that they both found rehab spots.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, McVay at LA, and then Shanahan at San Fran. And
yeah. And Darnold took a bit more of a circuitous route. He went to Carolina with Baker. It was bad there. I mean, he was pretty good in Carolina, but that situation was just terrible.
Yeah.
And then he did a year with the 49ers as backup. What better place to figure things out than under Shanahan?
But also, who would have figured that, Brock Purdy would be the
Oh,
internet
sure.
starter with Sam
But
Darnold.
that's a very quarterback-friendly system,
It is.
and Purdy was good in college. There was no
Yeah.
reason why he should have been the last pick in the draft other than
Probably Darnold's biggest, yeah, I would think my biggest beef would be, I mean, the Jets are the Jets. They're gonna suck every year and just be awful. My biggest beef would be with the Vikings. It's like, "Hey, bro, look what I did while I was here."
Oh,
And
exactly.
and you
Exactly.
decide you wanna go with this kid from Michigan, because you drafted him, and I don't know. To me, they will be stung really hard with the fact that they kind of felt like that sticker was still on Darnold of what he was with the Jets.
Well,
And
when you won 14 games with your organization, you've gotta figure out a way to keep him.
yeah, and they kind of faltered there at the end, but a lot of teams do,
Sure.
but you get there. The thing
I
is,
mean,
you got there.
it wasn't like he lost to a couple of bad teams. The Lions were freaking good
Yeah,
last year,
they were
man.
loaded.
That
Yeah,
defense was really good.
yeah. Well, it'll be interesting, the matchup. Like I said, Jackson Smith and Jigba just really abused that LA Rams secondary, and he's so amazing. I mean, he just really is. And I heard, I think it was Louis Riddick talking about the tape on Njigba, and he said that he doesn't give you tells in his route
Hmm.
running. He said receivers, if you'll study the film, he said receivers will give you tells, a shoulder dip, something like that. He said everything with in Jigba is just straight on.
Yeah.
And I remember the first time I heard of Jackson Smith and Jigba, because in full transparency, I don't follow recruiting closely. If a 5-star out of Texas ends up at Ohio State, I don't check it out. But I just remember he had a record-setting day with the Buckeyes at one point in time, and they're throwing out that he's from Rockwall, Texas,
Rockwall, Texas.
and just it's like, wow, all these teams down here let that guy get out. I guess would have been to Urban, and it happens. JT Barrett was from Wichita Falls, but um, I just I think he could be the difference maker in this Super Bowl upcoming.
Yeah, he could be. And that defense, if they can get right after Drake May, it's going to be a long day for that offense.
Yeah, yeah, and I guess they're talking about basically that front line of Seattle also probably being able to stop the run, and that's kind of what I'm hearing from the odds makers, Donnie Wright side as well. Uh,
What's the line sitting at right now?
I see, and they were right on it. It's 4.5, but I
Yeah,
forget it.
4.5 to
Seattle.
Seattle.
Yeah. So
Man, 45.5 point
I heard
total.
some folks saying that the under would be a good play, but the under is never a good play.
Hmm.
45 and a hook.
Well, the under has become a bit more prevalent in this era of defenses catching up to offenses.
Well, in high stakes football games, it seems like also.
Remember, I don't recall what the total was on the Rams Patriots Super Bowl when it was 13-3, but
Yeah,
I'm gonna say they didn't hit
they under hit.
it.
Yeah, I would probably jump in there with you on that.
Being the Chiefs and Rams played a game earlier that season where it was like 56-54.
Yeah. But anyways, I'll probably take Seattle. I don't know that the turnaround. Of course, I mean you look at Seattle. That's basically it rebuild in a way when you escort out Geno Smith and then bring in Darnold, and
That's the
so,
funny thing about it is they've never gone through a rebuild. They just
yeah.
draft well. They let guys that are too expensive or over the hill go. It's basically what the Patriots were doing. So
Well, and
they've never been truly bad.
no, no, they have been competitive. I mean, even with Geno Smith, he could rack up yards. He
Oh
just
yeah.
turned the ball over way too much. But
Not
uh,
as much there as he did in Vegas, but that's a whole different
it's a whole ball of wax.
doo-doo show.
Yeah. Dan Narvis says the Vikings O line couldn't protect him well enough. Yeah, that's kind of been Darnold's story in a lot of ways, a lot of places. But Things seem to be clicking for him, and it would be an amazing story if he did come away with a Super Bowl championship.
So
And
you're saying if you protect the quarterback, they can have success.
I think protect the quarterback and run the ball
Yeah, that
really contributes to a quarterback's success.
and good for Darnold. You know, he's been through it. I'm glad to see that he's come out the other side and
Yeah.
hell, he could win the Super Bowl. That's just crazy to think about.
Hats off to anybody that survives the Browns or the Jets. I mean, that's
No
just
kidding.
you get away and you revamp your career. Good for you. I think I would think that the Texans might end up being that same token as far as offense goes. I mean, you know, they'll get CJ Stroud killed, and you know, whatever it was, I don't know. And you know, so much of this is the offensive coordinator also. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, they're talking about Jalen Hurts has had what, 4 offensive coordinators in his
Now
career.
Baker's had like 12.
Baker's had a bunch, you know.
Yeah, it's just been a revolving door on.
Yeah. And you know, now you've got an offensive coordinator from Baltimore taking over the Browns, and they're already undercutting him. You know, if he
Let's see, who was that?
Todd Monken.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, the Browns are going to Browns.
Emmett Smith already talking about if they don't name Shadur the starter now, then it's a conspiracy.
Oh, because he made the Pro Bowl. Yeah.
The Pro Bowl
Nobody
quarterback,
wanted to go.
7-10 on the
Pro Bowl means nothing. The
No,
Pro Bowl means less than nothing anymore.
Yeah, and that's what Gerald McCoy was saying yesterday. He was 6-time Pro Bowler, and he said, you know, last time I played, it still meant something. So, anyways, well, Super Bowl is on the way, and I don't care about halftime shows. I don't care about national anthem prop bets, none of that. But it will be interesting. Like I said, the spread 4.5, and then the over under 45 and a hook. Going into that, I just Craig Carton's on Sports Grid Radio as well. You know, Drake May without bad weather it'll be interesting to see what he can do.
Oh, he'll be better. He'll be better.
I thought he used his legs well against a really tough, you know, that Broncos defense, buddy. I mean,
they are. I was about to make that point. That Broncos defense is great.
Yeah. So he squared off against some hellacious defense.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be a walk in the park against Seattle, but it ain't going to be as bad as it was the last time they.
He won't have Will Anderson or Nick Benito looking across from him.
Nick Benito,
right. I think was
a luminary of Speed D.
Was he second or third runner up in the Defensive Player of the Year?
He was right up there.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
And who got it? The kid from Cleveland.
Oh, Myles Garrett, of course. Yeah, Myles Garrett set the sack record. He was going to get it.
The Rookie of the Year was a kid that I had to effort a little bit, but now I've forgotten my effort. Did you see last night? I guess they presented the awards for the honors.
Yes.
And Tiffany Haddish, the actress, was presenting Coach of the Year. And she pronounced it Mike Verbal. And that has to be something where somebody didn't steer her right.
Seems like they didn't do it. Let's see. Coach of the Year, Vrabel, MVP Stafford, comeback, McCaffrey, Offensive Player of the Year, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Yeah.
Defense, Garrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Ted McMillan. How about that?
Before or after he
used defensive Rookie of the Year was Carson Schwessinger.
That's
from the Browns.
Yeah, the Browns. So they can throw out a defense.
Next Gen Stats moment of the year powered by AWS. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams game-winning Hail Mary touchdown pass to DJ Moore versus Packers.
Max Patton checking in from Beckham County. Can't let Dan Narva have all the comments. I'll take the Seahawks 30-17. That might be a little further than I would spread it out, but that could be dead on too.
Did you get a peek at the Hall of Fame class?
I did.
About time Roger Craig got in.
Roger Craig. That's exactly what I was going to say. Just
man, that was a lot of fun growing up watching that Husker backfield operate behind Joe Montana.
Yeah.
Love Tom Rathman. But Roger Craig.
Now, is Roger Craig the one that had the catch?
No, that was Dwight Clark.
Dwight Clark. Sorry. Yeah.
Roger Craig is the first player in NFL history to have 1,000 yards rushing and 1,000-yard receiving in a season.
Yeah.
It's since been done 2 other times, once by Marshall Faulk, once by Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah. I mean, those.
He also led the league in receiving one year as a running back, had 91 catches on a team that featured Jerry Rice.
How come Nebraska's running back stable? I mean, had Lawrence Phillips not been a psychopath, he would have been great in the NFL. But how come none of those other ones really panned out that well?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't think of the last Nebraska running back that was
Armon Green was with the
Amon
Packers
Green
for a while.
Wasn't there Dan, help me out with this. I think there was a Nebraska back at Detroit not too long ago that had a modicum of success. I can't think of his name though. I don't know. It's a different philosophy, I guess.
Yeah.
I maybe they're just not getting guys like they used to, which seems to be the case.
Tom Rathman and then Corey Schlesinger is who Dan said. Dan's response to that.
Well, that was the yeah.
So Super Bowl upcoming. What's your go-to snack during the game? Are you going to splurge and like actually live a little bit, or are you?
We might order a pizza or something. I don't know. I'm just going to watch the football. I'm not going to snack or.
It's not a party at the Schroeder house.
Probably not. Probably not. My team's not in it, so I really couldn't care less. I just want to watch football.
There you go. And that is a nice thing when you can sit back and just not have an emotional stake in it, I got to say. Your Thunder take on the Houston Rockets tomorrow. Will they still be the depleted roster? I guess Chet Holmgren, game time decision with a back issue, and then Shea, I thought, out for at least 4 games through the All-Star break.
Yeah.
Abdomen
oblique. SGA is going to be out till after the All-Star break. Jared McCain, hopefully they can get him in and get him up to speed and play him, but they're banged up. It's not great when they go in to play San Antonio. They got 8 healthy bodies.
8 guys.
They had 8 guys.
I didn't see any of the injured players on the trip.
Yeah, I saw your message in the chat. I'm like, well, I guess he's not watching the game and has no idea what's going on.
The boat race, Jeremy.
I mean, Brooks Barnheiser logged big minutes.
Yeah, then they came back. Jalen Williams with a big night in that one, and then headline: Luka Doncic due for MRI after injuring the hamstring and win over 76ers. Man, Austin Reeves went off last night, 35 points.
How about that?
Is that his first game back?
I don't know. I don't follow the Lakers.
Well, good grief.
I follow the Clippers because it's a glorious dumpster fire that's going to result in the number 1 overall pick going to Oklahoma City.
Lottery in OKC.
Trade off Harden, trade off Zubac, and now you're stuck with Kawhi, who's going to play roughly 50% of the games the rest of the way.
He's probably going to go home because he got All-Star snubbed.
No, he got placed.
Or did he get picked up?
Yeah, he got picked up.
Okay. Winners and losers from a wild NBA trade deadline week. Joseph Casario. I don't know.
Casario.
Italian name. He says the winner is the Thunder, and apparently he's really high on the McCain pick.
He was the front runner for Rookie of the Year last year before he had a little knee injury.
Yeah.
He's 40% catch and shoot 3. He can really fill it up. He's athletic.
Dan says you might have been thinking of Amir Abdullah.
Amir Abdullah, that's the one.
I thought he was a receiver, though.
No. He was a running back.
Okay. Thank you, Dan Narva. Yeah. I don't know. The Pacers pick up Zubac, didn't they?
Yeah. That's a good pickup for him, man. Zubac is very undervalued, and I don't understand.
And then Utah,
why the Clippers let him go.
Utah does Utah stuff. I don't know. I saw somebody put that the Lakers pick up sharpshooter Kennard. I don't know.
Let's see.
Milwaukee's a dumpster fire too. That
Amir Abdullah was the last, and that was 2015. He's the last running back, true running back. They had a fullback drafted, Andy Janovich, by the Broncos in 16. In 15, Abdullah was the last Nebraska running back drafted.
yeah.
Rex Burkhead was the one before him.
Oh, Burkhead. Yeah. Forgot about him.
But that was in 2013.
Yeah.
Man, they've had a string of not stellar running back play up there, which is weird.
Yeah, Max Patton checking in says that the Pacers are going to be really good next year. I think the Zubats trade is huge for them, and they get a healthy Tyrese Halliburton back. Was there one other trade that they made?
Well, they traded Harden to Washington. Was it Washington?
Wait.
No. Where did he
go?
Cleveland.
Yeah.
Someone else went to the Wizards. I can't remember who it was, but it was
Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right.
Yeah, front office is doing things.
For you as an NBA fan and me as a Spurs fan, two teams, you're a Thunder fan, I'm a Spurs fan, two teams going in opposite directions.
Calm down, Cowherd.
Big game, big win last night against Dallas. That was a nice one. No,
the tanking Dallas Mavericks.
They got Cooper Flag, bud.
Yeah, they need other guys too. That's why they made all these trades.
So is the deadline passed?
Yeah, the deadline closed out yesterday at 2.
I would say this. My fear was, and apparently the Lakers front office is going to say they can ride with DeAndre Ayton and Jackson. Jackson.
Dart?
No.
Smith and Jigba?
No, his dad coached at OU.
Arnold?
The big kid from Texas.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name.
It's not Jackson Smith, is it?
Yeah, Jackson Smith and Jigba.
No.
I can't think of the guy's name. I know who you're talking about, though.
His dad was Stoops' first special teams coordinator. The last time OU ever had good special teams. Jonathan
Hayes.
Jackson Hayes. Thank you. I was glad to see they didn't pick up Lively or Gafford. That would have kind of irritated me for the Lakers to pull that off. So, all right. So, just what I was going to say is with the NBA, I mean, as a Thunder fan, really just what's left before the All-Star break is just kind of everybody in cruise control, right? I mean, nothing's.
Yeah,
I mean,
gotta get healthy.
Trade deadline, everybody's wanting to get healthy.
Yep.
I don't know. It is kind of they start out so damn early, and then it's kind of a lull time, throughout the, big surge at the holidays, and then the rest is just kind of carry on. I don't know. Are you fired up for any of the Olympic events?
No.
I have a feeling, and I don't know what the over-under would be set at, but I have a feeling there could be an hour or so throughout this, 2 weeks of Olympics that I end up watching some curling.
Yeah, probably. Lay on the couch, watch some curling.
It's kind of audio. It's kind of audio visual volume.
And it's like, I could do that.
Yeah. Well, and every time I see one of them, I revert back to the Family Guy segue with Consuela.
No.
Oh, goodness. All right. So we probably need to start making tracks out of here. I got some stuff I've got to do today with Weatherford basketball and homecoming coming up tonight. And that'll be on Right Media, Weatherford Eagles TV, for those of you not in the area. And then you've got what going on the weekend?
Not a whole lot.
That's not bad.
No,
you're probably deserving.
Yeah, I think so.
Fine OU hoodie you got there.
Thank you. It's very comfortable. It's lightweight.
Do you how often do you update your OU gear?
I get a couple of pieces every year. I don't just go out and buy crap.
We were in the Norman Mall about a month ago.
Sorry, went to the Rally House.
Yeah, the Rally House. Man,
That place is overwhelming, isn't it?
It is, and they're really proud of their materials.
Well, if you, every Rally House, I like Rally House, but it just feels like there's way, way too much stuff in there. It's just like sensory overload you get in there. And that's not even the worst one. That one up there, there's one at Topeka, Kansas, is just terrible because you
Oh,
can't find anything because there's just so much stuff. But at the outlet over on Council,
oh,
oh
they
my
got an
gosh.
outlet on campus.
Yeah, they've
Rally
got,
House
well,
outlet?
it's not an outlet. They have the same stuff they all do, but there is one over there at the outlet mall. It's just so much in there. So much. You can't it just feels like you can't walk in there because there's just stuff everywhere, racks just everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I'm probably due a new OU hoodie somewhere along the line. I think mine is 20 years old.
Rowback, super
Okay.
comfy.
Okay. That looks sharp. All right. So he's Jeremy Schroeder. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. This has been the Weekend Big Show. And we come to you every Friday morning to talk sports, recap the week, and preview a little bit of this. They're a bit of a, like I said, there's the Super Bowl and some college basketball, NBA. I don't know. I don't feel like I brought my best effort today, but I don't feel 100% either. So I'll
Yeah,
roll
that's okay. You're just like everybody else, day to day.
because I'm good enough. I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Doggone it, people like me.
Probably be an AI copyright check by me saying that now on the social media. All right, he's Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways. I'm Chuck Ramsey, the Law Dog. This has been the Weekend Big Show. Follow us on social media: Facebook, Instagram, Twitter X, and YouTube at Law Dog Sports. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube page. Give us a check out. Also, we do Western Oklahoma Sports Night as part of the Law Dog Sports YouTube page as well. So if you're interested in talking about Western Oklahoma sports, that's on there as well. And probably next week, we'll look into maybe reaching out to our friend John Moore with the DLLS Rangers podcast, get some baseball action.
Baseball preview.
Catchers report next week, Jeremy.
I thought they reported December 1, but earlier and earlier every year.
Hot show basically the week before Thanksgiving.
That's right.
All right. He's Jeremy Schroeder. I'm Chuck Ramsey. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. We'll talk to you real soon.